This episode is brought to you by Netflix. 3 couples, 4 vacations, a lot to unpack. Watch The 4 Seasons, a new series starring comedy favorites Tina Fey, Steve Carell, Will Forte, Coleman Domingo, and more in a hilarious and heartfelt love letter to long-term relationships. Based on the original Alan Alda film. Watch The 4 Seasons, May 1st, only on Netflix.
Ladies, you'll end up shopping for your guy's deodorant, right? So try Degree's Original Cool Rush. You see, last year, Degree changed the formula, and men were mad. One guy even started a petition. So Degree admitted they messed up and brought the Original Cool Rush scent back. It's clean, crisp, and actually smells like someone you want to cuddle. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So toss one in your cart and find out why it's the best-selling men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory.
Welcome back, True Crime Army. I am your host, Margot, and this is Military Murder, a show where I focus on crimes committed by military members and veterans. But don't worry, you don't have to know anything about the military to listen. True crime just has to be your genre. And if that's you, welcome home. First, to my podcast listeners who are used to Monday episodes, I am so sorry that I have been out of it lately. I did my annual tour for the Air Force. I was in the middle of doing my IDTs when all of a sudden I was told that I couldn't do military things remote from home. That kind of took me for a loop, as I'm sure many of you are well aware, but I'm back 100% dedicated to this show until God tells me to do something else. So if you want to support the show, make sure you sign up for Patreon by visiting patreon.com/militarymurder. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, you can sign up for Apple Premium. Also, I'm sure you noticed my new podcast logo. I've been contemplating changing it for quite a while now because I wanted something fresh and new, but in typical military style, I only changed a few things, leaving, of course, the silhouette of some veterans, the thumbprint, and of course, the red. I added some yellow because that's my favorite color. Also, it's been a while since I've asked, but have you left a review for the show? If not, feel free to do so. It takes literally 3 seconds or less to click 5 stars. With that, let's get on to today's show. Many people have found fame on social media. You may have heard of something called TikTok. Well, many people have found fame on social media platforms, and ever since TikTok arrived to the US in the mid-2010s, many people have found a huge following there. And an Air Force veteran named Ali Abulaban was one of these people, and today I'm going to tell you how fame got to his head and how his once promising influencer career ended with him behind bars and 2 lives cut short. Join me today as I tell you about the death of Anna Abulaban and Ray Cardenas Barron. I'm titling this episode, The Fall of TikTok's Gin Kid. Now, let's dig in.
Military murder is an independent project and is not endorsed by the Department of Defense or any military component. The views expressed are those of the host. The content of this podcast is not meant to be legal or medical advice. Warning, this episode contains graphic details of murder and is not suitable for young listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Thursday, October 21st, 2021 was supposed to be the day that 28-year-old Anna Abulaban filed a restraining order against her husband, Ali. But instead of filing that order with the police station, the 911 dispatcher received this call instead.
San Diego Emergency Dispatcher 8107.
Yes, ma'am. My wife and another man were, I found them dead on the couch. Bullet wound to the face.
Wait, someone was shot?
2 people, a man and my wife.
Okay, what's the location? What's the location?
It's 1475 Island Avenue, San Diego. It's going to be apartment 3508.
Apartment, okay, hold on, this fire. Apartment 3508?
Yes.
Okay, stand by.
No, my wife, please don't.
Okay, hold on, sir. Sir, stand by. I'm bringing on my supervisor. What is your name?
My name is Ali.
Ali? Okay.
Yes, I'm her husband.
I understand. Ali, what's your last name?
Abulaban. Abulaban.
Okay, hold on.
Please help them.
Sir, stand by for my supervisor. Do not hang up, okay?
Okay, but you need to.
Hold on. Okay, sir, Ali?
Yeah.
Ali, are you there with her? Are you in the apartment?
No, I left.
Okay, are you nearby?
I'm getting there. I just
Okay, hold on. I need to confirm the location. Listen, 14755.
San Diego, next to Vinicone Park, 1475 Island Avenue, apartment number 3508.
350808.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So hold on. Tell me what you saw when you went in there.
I saw my wife on the couch with my hand on her head.
Wife is on her?
I don't know who he is. I mean, I know him. He's in gray.
Ray? Okay, but I know you said your wife was shot in the face. Is that what you said?
And on the forehead. And he has 2 or 3 bullets in the head.
He's also shot? Ray is?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he have the gun still? Was there anyone else in the apartment?
No, I don't know.
I'm sorry. Was it 2 people that were shot inside the apartment? Correct. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have 2 people shot inside the apartment, and no one else, as far as you know, was in the apartment, right?
No, sir. I couldn't even breathe. My father is so terrible.
Okay.
Was it an accident? Did you say it was an accident, or did you know who did it?
Yeah. So,
He
sir.
disconnected, right?
He just did. Yes.
Okay.
I'll call that.
Do we get any further?
No, he did. Well, he said he walked into the apartment. The wife was on the couch. She was shot in the head, and there was a man in there who was also shot. And then we have the name Ray, and that was really all he said. And he said he's leaving. I'll call him back.
Okay, who ran?
He ran out of the apartment. He left the
And
apartment.
the second male was shot. Was he on the floor?
He said that before the hot call, he said they were both on the couch.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Moments before this 911 call, Ali called his mother and told her that he had shot and killed Anna. Ali's mother told him that wasn't very funny to joke around about. So, Ali then sent his mother a picture. It was a picture of Anna deceased on the couch of her apartment, and next to her, another body, a dead man. Ali's mother immediately erased the picture. After talking to his mom, Ali fled the high-rise Spire apartment complex, but not before making small talk with a neighbor on the elevator. Then he went to pick up his 5-year-old daughter from school, and on his way there, that's when he made that 911 call. Just as Ali put the little girl in his car, I'm going to call the little girl Mimi, for purposes of the show, that's not her real name, Anna's friend Julia was pulling up to the school to pick up Mimi. Earlier that day, Anna had called Julia and asked her to go pick up Mimi because Ali had destroyed her apartment and she wanted to clean up before Mimi got home. As Julia saw Ali taking the little girl, she became desperate, so she called Anna over and over again. After various calls, Julia asked a friend to go to Anna's apartment complex. The friend headed towards the Spire, but just as they pulled up, there were cop cars everywhere. Once Julia heard about the police, she knew something terrible had happened to Anna. You know those days when your brain just won't cooperate? You have a million things to do, but your focus is scattered, and you're running on empty by noon. Yeah, well, if that sounds familiar, that used to be me. But then I tried Magic Mind, and everything changed. Before Magic Mind, I relied on coffee to get me through the day, at least 2 or 3 cups. But the caffeine crash was brutal. I'd start super strong, but by early afternoon, I was yawning and staring at my screen with zero motivation. After just a week with Magic Mind, that changed completely. No more crashes, no more frazzled afternoons, just steady, focused energy all day long. So what is Magic Mind? It's a daily mental performance shot that helps you stay focused. It also helps you stay motivated and productive while keeping stress levels down. And here's the kicker, it doesn't replace your coffee. It makes it better. The L-theanine inside actually helps your coffee last longer without the jitters. Magic Mind's mission is simple, to help people be their best without the hustle-induced stress. They've spent years perfecting this formula, 106 versions to be exact, so that you could achieve peak mental performance in a healthy, sustainable way. So if you're ready to feel focused and stress-free, head over to magicmind.com/militarymurder and use my code military20 for 20% off your one-time purchase. Or you can save up to 48% off of a subscription. Trust me, it's a complete game changer. Try it for a week and see the difference for yourself. Ali Abulaban was born in 1992 in Staten Island, New York. His parents were of Middle Eastern descent, and he was raised as a Muslim in Virginia. His parents were young when they had him. As reported by CBS 8, Ali's mother was only 15 years old when he was born. So it's safe to assume that Ali grew up with his parents. But Ali would say that his father expected a lot from him and expected him to act older than he was, admonishing him for wanting to play with Star Wars toys when he was a teen. His father also allegedly often used corporal punishment in the form of household objects. He would use things such as a vacuum cable, for example. Ali felt that growing up Muslim in the post-9/11 era was hard. He struggled to fit in with the rest of the kids, so instead of just sticking around and going to college, Ali joined the Air Force on December 17, 2013. He was 21 years old. In the Air Force, Ali trained as a police officer, or security forces as they're called. But Ali's attempts at running away from stereotypes was only amplified by his service, as he would later say that he was bullied in the Air Force for his background. But instead of getting mad about it, he found humor in it and made light of the situation. While stationed in Okinawa, Japan, Ali would often visit the local bars. And it was while stationed in Japan that Ali met a beautiful Filipina woman by the name of Anna. Anna was a Philippines citizen, but she was in Japan first because her stepfather was a contractor in the Navy, and second because she was married to a service member. Ali knew Anna was married, so besides acknowledging that she was absolutely stunning, he did not pursue a relationship. At some point, Anna's relationship with her husband appeared to end. It's unclear if it was because her husband was kicked out of the military and sent back to the US, or whether they just had a falling out. But in any event, seeing that Anna was single, Ali took this opportunity to pursue her. And Anna seemed to really like Ali. He was a military man, he was funny, and he sang in a band. But it was evident from the start that Ali was intimidated by Anna's beauty. He instantly, as soon as they started dating, became jealous if she spoke to another man. And he made sure to sit at the bar where Anna bartended at to make sure no one else stole his girl. Well, one night in August of 2015, during a foam party at the bar where Anna bartended, Ali became extremely intoxicated, and the owner told Anna to get him out of there. Embarrassed Anna attempted to get Ali out of the bar, and then there was an incident. There are various versions of what happened that night, but according to Ali, Anna was escorting Ali out of the bar down the stairs when all of a sudden Ali, who could hardly walk, and Anna, who was basically holding him up, slipped on the foamy stairs and took a tumble all the way down the stairs. Once at the bottom of the stairs, a group of men who saw what happened, well, they jumped Ali, thinking that he was physically abusing Anna, and during the scuffle, Anna was punched in the face. The other version of what happened was that Ali became physically abusive with Anna, shoving her and causing her to fall. Either way, the story ended with Ali being whomped on by a group of dudes, which in retrospect, he rightfully deserved. Ali claimed that this incident was the reason the Air Force kicked him out. Although it is not stated in any of my research, presumably Ali received a general discharge from the Air Force, and with that, he received a one-way ticket back to Virginia. Ali settled back into life in Bristow, Virginia without Anna, and Anna, well, she returned to live with her family in the Philippines. Then one day, Ali received a call. It was Anna, and she was pregnant with his baby. Down in the dumps due to the fact that he was now a big disappointment to his family, Ali realized what he had to do. He had to bring Anna to the States and marry her. So he immediately began the visa paperwork to bring Anna to Virginia. But if you know anything about immigration paperwork, it takes forever. While they waited on the paperwork, Anna gave birth to a baby girl who I already said I'm going to call Mimi. Ali was sure to be by her bedside for the baby's birth. By the time the visa paperwork had cleared, Anna arrived with Mimi in Virginia. Mimi was already 9 months old by this point. Now, in the US, the couple made a beeline to the courthouse, and in 2017, Ali and Anna were officially married. And although there were some bumps in the road, the young Abulaban couple settled into married life, living in their own home near Ali's family. So now in family life, Ali began to explore the online life of Instagram and YouTube. This was, in fact, the era where there were people on social media, but not like today where everyone and their mama is a content creator. Back then, there were very few consistent creators. Well, Ali was one of those consistent creators. His handle was Jin Kid. And as he created more and more content, Ali began to gain a lot of followers, to the point where he even wanted his family to call him Jin Kid. To prepare for this episode, I watched a documentary on Peacock called The TikTok Murders. And during that documentary, Ali's cousin Louis discloses the meaning behind the handle Jin Kid. Louis explains that Jin, Jinn, means a soul, a ghost, or some type of entity, and that Ali used his online persona basically as an escape from his not-so-exciting everyday existence in real life. Now, the dictionary defines jinn as, quote, one of the classes of spirits that, according to Muslim demonology, inhabit the earth, assume various forms, and exercise supernatural power, end quote. Well, 2017 was a big year for social media. TikTok arrived to the US that year, and it quickly grew into the massive platform it is today. On the platform, Jin Kid found his people, or his people found him, and it appeared that overnight, Ali found success. Ali won over the hearts of the people by impersonating violent characters, such as Tony Montana from Scarface. He also made various impersonations from a video game called Skyrim. Anna was fully supportive of Ali's love for social media. And of course, it didn't hurt that he was bringing in some extra money due to his hobby. Well, one of Ali's videos went viral, and his followership skyrocketed, hitting close to 1 million followers on TikTok. Ali had gained so much in popularity to the point where he hired a social media manager who also acted as his TikTok moderator. And listen, back in the day, having a little blue check mark by your name was coveted because you couldn't just pay for it like you can today. Those were only offered to the elite. And when Ali got his blue check mark, he was over the moon. So while Ali was doing his thing, Anna was also doing her thing. She had her own little following of sorts. She made videos about fitness, makeup, fashion, and sometimes her daughter was the star of the show. But wait a minute, Ali couldn't have his wife getting more famous than him. So she often helped him make his videos, and he also featured Anna in his videos as well. Well, by March of 2020, the entire world shut down, and everyone was feeling isolated. Later that year, a lot of Anna's Okinawa friends who were now living in San Diego, they invited Anna to go visit them. Anna visited San Diego, and she got to spend some time with her friends. And she really loved California. When she arrived back in Virginia, she persuaded Ali that they should move to California. What was holding them back in Virginia anyway? He was working remote and, well, the idea of living in Cali seemed amazing to Ali. California would provide him more opportunities to collaborate with other influencers, and he was working on his comedy skits, so he thought that California would be a good fit. So, just like that, by February of 2021, Ali, Anna, and Mimi made their way to San Diego. They got an apartment on the 34th floor of the Spire, which is an upscale apartment building in downtown San Diego. According to Apartments.com today, the listing pricing for the units in the building start at $2,600 a month for a 668 square foot, lower floor, 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. And the prices go all the way up to $7,900 a month for a 1,900 square foot apartment. Sweet Lord, help me. Well, San Diego seemed to be going well for the couple. Anna was close to her friends, Ali was being recognized in public as a TikTok star, and he even did a stand-up comedy show. It seemed like Ali was relishing in this influencer life. But sometimes even a taste of fame can come at a cost. Not only did Ali continue with his controlling ways with his wife, telling her who she could hang out with, who she could be friends with, telling her what to wear and when to wear it, but Ali went from dabbling in cocaine to doing it all the time. And listen, Ali had no shame. He even snorted cocaine while recording TikTok lives. During one of the lives, you can actually hear Anna in the background encouraging Ali to stop. But at this point, Ali felt invincible. According to his cousin Louis, who spoke on the documentary, he recalled that on occasion, Ali would be at a restaurant or at a theater or basically wherever, and he would just whip out a bag of cocaine and snort a line or two right in front of everyone. Ali gave zero f***. He was, after all, internet famous. Today's episode is sponsored by Acorns, and April is Financial Literacy Month, an entire month dedicated to taking control of your money. Because honestly, no one really taught me how to manage money growing up. I didn't learn about investing until I was well into adulthood. But what I love about Acorns is that it makes it easy to start saving and investing for your future in just 5 minutes. I know, April is an entire month, but you don't need an entire month to learn. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns recommends a diversified portfolio that matches you and your goals. You can start with just your spare change, and you don't need a lot of time. Setup takes just 5 minutes because I know that your time is precious. And if financial wellness has ever felt out of reach, Acorns makes it simple, giving your money a chance to grow without the overwhelm. Personally, using Acorns gave me the confidence to stop putting it off and just start. And that peace of mind is completely worth it. Sign up now and join over 14 million all-time customers who've already saved and invested over $25 billion with a B dollars with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/militarymama or download the Acorns app to get started today. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/militarymama.
ChatGPT Plus is free for college students through May. Here's the thing. You've got a lot to do between now and then. Studying for finals, writing papers, trying to keep your life on track. And ChatGPT can help with all of it. It can quiz you for your econ exam, make a study guide from your French notes, plan out your meals and study breaks. It can get really specific on how you like to learn. It can even help you come up with ways to stop procrastinating. So from now until summer break, take advantage of all the ways ChatGPT can make your life easier. Restrictions apply.
The Abulaban's relationship was always rocky. Ali was intimidated by his wife's beauty, and it didn't make him feel good when people would tell him how lucky he was to have nabbed such a beautiful woman. And Ali was jealous. He treated Anna like his property. After all, in his mind, the only reason she was in the United States was because he sponsored her visa. And Ali would take every opportunity to remind Anna that he brought her to this country and he would easily send her back to the Philippines. And the thing about this couple is that they were both equally obsessed with recording every detail of their lives. Many of their arguments, actually a lot of them, were caught on video or audio recording, either because Ali pressed record or Anna pressed record. And on one recorded audio, you could hear Ali berating Anna while she's washing dishes. He mocks her, saying that she's not going to leave after being together for 7 years. And he actually says, "It would be so stupid of you to leave me before your visa is complete." In this recording, Anna calmly responded that she didn't marry him for the visa. She married him for him. And the thing was, honestly, Anna didn't want a divorce. In the Filipino culture, divorce is a big no-no. Anna tried to stick it out despite the constant verbal and occasional physical abuse at the hands of her husband, and she actually believed that Ali was serious about deporting her. And the scary part about deportation for her was having to leave her daughter Mimi behind and possibly never seeing her again. There is another recorded conversation where Anna is at her wit's end, so much so that she calls her mother-in-law. I mean, who calls her mother-in-law during an argument? Ali's mother, Dalal, pleads with Ali not to be a jackass. She even encourages her daughter-in-law to call the police. Ali's mother tells him to return to Virginia, but his response is this, quote, "I don't want to lose my wife. If another man touches her, I'm gonna go crazy," end quote. And the situation between the couple just continued to escalate from worse to worse. There's a recording of one incident involving a gun. Anna called 911 to report that Ali had his gun out and was threatening to kill himself. Anna was worried that he might act upon this, but she was more concerned for her daughter's safety, who was in the very next room sleeping. The police arrived at the apartment complex, and Ali rushed to the bathroom to brush his teeth, probably because he had just done cocaine or maybe he had been drinking. Then he answered the door as if nothing happened. Once the police officers got inside, according to protocol, they separated the couple and asked what was going on. Mind you, I'm not even sure if I said it, but this entire thing is recorded on Ali's phone because he's a weirdo and wanted to record it. While the police were there, Ali denied placing his hands on his wife that night. Anna told the cops nothing physical happened, and because she had no physical wounds on her body, that were visible at least, the police believed her. Anna told the police she felt safe and that she didn't want him to leave the apartment that night. At this point, Ali and Anna's almost picture-perfect relationship was beginning to crumble. Months earlier, Anna had posted a video of her and Ali dancing in their home. The caption read, "When your relationship is drama-free." Well, now the drama was making its way to TikTok. As things between the couple escalated, Ali took to TikTok and began to post videos telling his followers that his wife was ruining his life. And on these videos, he was very demeaning towards his wife. Eventually, when the marital problems became too hard for Anna to handle, she called Louis, Ali's cousin, and she asked him to give her a ride to her friend Julia's house. When she arrived at her friend's house, Anna's face was visibly bruised from an assault at the hands of her husband. That was the day that Anna finally confessed to her friend that Ali had been physically abusing her ever since her arrival in Virginia. The thing is that Julia, she wasn't blind. She knew that Ali was controlling, but she hadn't realized that he had used physical abuse to control Anna as well. Soon after leaving, Anna metaphorically hit Ali where it hurt the most. She posted a video of her bruised face. Anna was lip-singing a song with a caption about the 7 years she suffered physical abuse at the hands of her husband. When Ali saw the video, he was livid. I can only imagine he had steam coming out of his big ears. Ali sent Anna scathing voice memos bragging about sleeping with other women during their marriage. He blamed Anna for his infidelity, saying that she deprived him of sex, so he went elsewhere. Then he demanded that Anna take the video down immediately. At the end of the day, Anna didn't want to hurt Ali. She just wanted the abuse to stop. She did eventually take the video down, but by then the damage had been done. A ton of people had already seen the video. After this, Anna refused to return back to the shared apartment. She packed up more of her belongings and she moved in with a different friend, Claire. It was during this separation that the couple continued to text each other, and I call this moment the calm before the storm. If you've ever been through a big breakup, you know what I'm talking about. You know there is that time period of reminiscing and texting back and forth. The relationship status is still kind of in the air. During this time, Anna shared her true feelings with Ali, telling him that ever since she moved out, she has felt carefree, no stress, no anxiety, and no walking on eggshells. She revealed that she felt human again. Anna went on to basically tell Ali, "I can't hate you nor love you. I wish you the best." Now those words, "I wish you the best," they read like daggers to Ali. So instead of letting Anna go, he began to send even more threatening voice memos, telling her that she would regret her decision of leaving. Now, I've talked about this before, and statistically speaking, the most dangerous time for someone in an already abusive relationship is when they leave and for the following 6 months to a year after. And now that Anna's friends knew about the physical abuse, they were concerned for Anna's safety. Julia was worried because Ali Abulaban had access to a gun. Julia was worried that he would hurt Anna, but Anna was like, no, he would never do that. It was during this lull in the relationship that Ali took the opportunity to persuade Anna to return to the high-rise. He told her that out of respect for her and his daughter, that he would move out and allow them to move back in. Anna asked Ali where he would stay, and he said that he would stay voluntarily in a hotel. Anna was somewhat relieved. She didn't want to be a burden on others, but she also realized that she had nowhere else to go. So, believing that Ali would keep his distance, Anna and Mimi moved back into apartment 3508 on the 35th floor of the Spire. But after Anna moved back into the apartment, she immediately realized that she would almost always live under Ali's thumb. She approached the apartment front office and asked how she could get her husband removed from the lease. On one occasion, she even called the front office and asked how she could get access to the trash level from the trash chute, since her husband had thrown a lot of her belongings down the trash chute. The person that Anna spoke to in the apartment complex would eventually testify at Ali's trial and state that Anna was so calm about her items being thrown down the trash chute that it was evident that she was used to being treated poorly. During the investigation, a lot was revealed about what happened on the day leading up to the double homicide, and this is due mostly to Ali's own recordings, CCTV footage, neighbors' interviews, and even Ali's own testimony. On the day of the murders, Anna left her apartment to take Mimi to school. Mimi was only 5 years old at the time. While Anna was dropping off Mimi, Ali entered the apartment using a key fob that he had made a copy of. You see, Anna didn't realize that he had made a copy and still had access. Ali walked through the house and, angry with his wife for leaving him, he basically destroyed everything in the house, knocking this over, breaking things, smashing things, just acting like a straight clown in the house. Then he found his daughter's iPad and he downloaded an app. The app he downloaded, you might be asking yourself? Well, it was basically a spy app. It recorded sounds and could be controlled remotely. Ali then hid the iPad with this new app in the apartment, and then he left. Anna returned to the apartment complex at around 11 a.m., and as she walked in, she felt absolute dread. All of her things were ruined. Anna was devastated. She knew exactly who had done it. She called a friend to confide in them, said she was going to file a restraining order that very day, and then she told her friend that she planned on going to the front office to ask to have the locks changed. Realizing that she had a lot of cleaning to get done, Anna then asked Julia to pick Mimi up from school that day. She didn't want Mimi to see the mess, and she didn't think she was going to get to cleaning as quickly as she would have liked. Anna was also feeling scared to be in her apartment alone, so she phoned a friend to come be with her. That friend was Ray Barron. Ray was someone that Ali despised. Maybe it was because he felt that Ray had something for Anna, but Ali just did not like the man. Eventually, Ray arrived at the apartment that was still fully trashed, and he kept Anna company. Meanwhile, Ali was sitting in his nearby hotel room when he decided to turn on the planted iPad app. And as he was listening in, it was hard to hear what was really being said, but that's when his ears perked up. Ali thought he heard a man's voice in the apartment, and this infuriated him. Ali immediately left his hotel and drove straight to the Spire. He parked in the garage as he had done many times before. He exited the car with a loaded gun, by the way. Then he started recording on his phone as he headed towards the elevator. That's right, this man pressed record on his phone. Ali saw someone in the elevator and they made small chit-chat as he rode up. Ali exited at floor 35, then he headed towards apartment 3508, which was at the end of a hallway. Using the same key fob he had used that morning, Ali let himself into the apartment quietly, his phone still recording everything. Then, seeing both Anna and Ray sitting on the couch, he pulled out his gun. Ray said, "Whoa." Then Ali pulled the trigger twice. Anna's voice is heard, then 2 shots, then 2 more shots, for a total of 6 shots. Ali never said a single word. It was evident that Anna and Ray only had a second before they were both dead. During the trial, they played the hallway footage, where a nearby neighbor's security camera catches the sound of the gunshots, and they are pretty consecutively shot. Ali then exits the apartment. In the hallway, Ali paces back and forth. Meanwhile, all the neighbors who heard the gunshots are like, what the just happened? Then Ali enters the apartment again. He calls out, "Anna, Anna," and then he leaves. In the hallway, Ali called his mom, confessed to her, sent that graphic picture, then he headed towards the elevator. At the elevator, Ali bumps into his across the hallway neighbor. And when I say across the hall, I mean like Ali's front door is no kidding 3 feet from Daniel's front door. It just so happened that Ali and Daniel had been playing phone tag that week. So Daniel, when he saw him, was like, "Hey, Ali, sorry we haven't linked up. I'll ride down the elevator with you so that we can catch up." Ali initially seemed amenable to the discussion. But when Daniel was like, "Hey man, what's up? What have you been up to?" Ali's demeanor changed. He quickly copped an attitude and Daniel was like, "Whoa man, I gotta go." So he punched out of the elevator and got out before hitting the ground level. What Daniel didn't know at that moment was that Ali had a gun on him and had just used it to commit a double murder. Additionally, had Daniel looked at his phone, he would have noticed the missed messages from his wife. Those messages were letting Daniel know that something terrible had just happened across the hall. So Daniel gets to his apartment and his wife looks pale, like she had just seen a ghost. She told him she heard 6 gunshots come from the Abulaban apartment. And Daniel was like, wait, there must be some sort of misunderstanding. I just saw Ali in the elevator. Before calling anyone, Daniel rushed down to see if he could find Ali. And that's when he saw all the police pull up and he realized his wife wasn't the only one who heard what sounded like gunshots. Meanwhile, Ali was already driving towards Mimi's school in his Jeep Wrangler. It was during this drive that Ali dialed 911. By this point, the police were aware of the double shooting, and the neighbor had already given a description of Ali's car. An all-point bulletin was put out, and Ali's vehicle was soon spotted on the freeway. Once Ali was taken into custody, a search of his car revealed 100 rounds of ammunition inside. The shooting occurred in the afternoon, and while many of Anna and Ray's friends gathered outside of the Spire apartment complex, it wasn't until just after 2 a.m. that they were finally notified. Anna and Ray were, in fact, deceased. Remember, Anna's family was in the Philippines, so they had no way of knowing that something was wrong. Julia had to make the heart-wrenching call to Anna's mother to inform her that her once vibrant and beautiful daughter was now gone. Ali, well, in typical style, he waived his rights and made a 5-hour-long confession. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, a gun use allegation, as well as a special circumstance allegation of committing multiple murders at once.
So good, so good, so good.
Great gifts for dad? We've got them, and they're up to 60% off at Nordstrom Rack stores now.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
They've got the best gifts.
Gotta show dad some love.
Snag amazing deals on Father's Day gifts from Cole Haan, Calvin Klein, Vince, and more. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-844-4-OTEZLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
The preliminary hearing against Ali Abulaban took place in January of 2022, and this hearing would prove to many that Ali Abulaban would not remain silent in court, neither with his words nor with his facial expressions. Now, we can all assume that Ali killed Anna and Ray because he thought that there was something romantic going on between the two. But it was during the preliminary hearing that Detective Christopher Leary testified that he conducted a forensic examination of the victims and the accused social media accounts. And during that forensic examination, specifically between the 2 victims, that he discovered that the relationship between Anna and Ray had gone from platonic to romantic. At which point, Ali, sitting in court, could not contain his anger, and he shouted out in open court, "Bitch." He also shouted to the detective, "You think I wanted this, huh?"
We're gonna take a break. Let's
You think I wanted this? Or I found your daughter? I wanted this? Who the are you?
Mr. Abulaban. Mr. Abulaban, I need you to stop.
My life is destroyed.
Mr. Abulaban, I need you to stop.
I created this.
Mr. Abulaban, I need you to stop.
The judge was pissed. He told Ali, "Lock it up." But after Ali failed to relax, the judge had to place the court in a break. The thing about watching Ali in court is that you can tell that this man has some serious anger issues. I know, go figure. But I cannot even imagine being this man's wife and having to put up with his nonsense. It truly makes this case even sadder. Of course, no surprise here, the case proceeded to trial. But wait, before the trial, a reporter by the name of Kelsey Christensen from Fox 5 San Diego, she reached out to Ali in jail and she requested an interview. And shockingly, probably against his attorney's advice, Ali agreed to talk. Oh, this is going to be fun. Now, here's a little snippet, and don't even bother trying to understand what this man is saying, because he's basically just shouting.
So when you heard Rayburn's voice, you went to...
I didn't recognize him. I didn't know who it was.
But what were you thinking?
I was freaking out. Oh my God, I caught her. Oh my God. There's a man. And then guess what? Not here. Nightmare. I'm trying. I'm like, don't do it. I'm screaming.
As you're driving to the apartment.
I'm trying. I'm like, don't do it.
What happens when you get to the apartment?
I go up and I see them.
What did you think? What did you think?
They were... Nothing. I didn't see that. I don't know. It was a blur. And I felt like I was on the passenger seat of my own body. But when I opened the door and saw who it was, broke my heart. And to see her kissing Ray on my couch, with his feet on my table, with my I'm running my apartment, my life, in the house that my daughter sleeps in, on the furniture that I put together. What do you expect a man to feel? Happy? Well, I guess that's the end of my marriage. No! That's my family!
During this statement, he admits to putting the app on the phone. He said he heard the male voice and that he was freaking out and screaming the entire way to Anna's apartment. While he's being interviewed, he's visibly shaking as he's talking to the reporter. He said that he felt like he was having an out-of-body experience, like he's watching himself do all the things. He said that when he walked into the apartment, he found Ray and Anna kissing on the couch, and that Ray had his feet kicked up on his table. But the thing about watching this, or watching him give this interview, is that it is really strikingly similar to the skits that brought him millions of followers. By the way, if you watch the interview, at this point, Ali does deny killing his wife and Ray, and he says that he's not even sure why the police arrested him. He said he was simply on his way to drop his daughter off at a safe location with a family member that lived an hour away. The reporter was like, "Why did you pick up your daughter to begin with?" Ali simply replies, "Why wouldn't I?" During this interview, Ali ignored all questions about the double homicide. Ali's trial for the double murder of Anna and Ray Barron would take 2.5 years before it would finally get underway in the Superior Court in downtown San Diego, with Judge Jeffrey Frazier presiding. The prosecution would be led by Deputy DA Taryn Brast, and Ali was represented by a public defender named Jody Green. Jury selection began in this case in April of 2024, with the trial starting on the following month on May 1st. The prosecution would try to prove that Ali had committed first-degree murder, while the defense would try to prove that this was not premeditated. This was more a crime of passion, and that Ali should be convicted of voluntary manslaughter. The DA's office decided that they would not be pursuing the death penalty in this case, and instead was seeking life without parole. Opening statements began with the Deputy DA Brass stating that Ali had premeditated the murder of his wife. She explained that he had performed online searches related to planting a listening device, cutting up a body, and searches for nearby trash cans. She also showed doorbell camera footage of Ali in the hallway of the apartment complex on October 21st, 2021. They also showed video of the sound of the 6 gunshots. During her opening statements, the defense didn't try to say that Ali didn't do it. Everyone knew Ali did it by this point. He recorded the entire thing on his phone, for goodness sake. But his attorney, Ms. Green, said that he had untreated bipolar disorder in addition to a cocaine addiction that led to a manic state, which, break, I am no doctor, but just watching this guy, it does appear that he is bipolar or has some sort of bipolar disorder. Anyway. The defense argued that the catalyst of this case was the breakdown of the marriage. Ms. Green stated, quote, He was so completely overcome by the months of torture and heartache and pain, he reacted without thought, end quote. During their case in chief, Prosecutor Brast presented witnesses that included Anna's best friends who testified as to the abuse they witnessed Anna suffering. The prosecution also schlepped the young woman that Ali had a brief relationship with. They brought her into court. The young woman was a Spire resident. They met in the hallway somewhere after the young woman went through a breakup. Ali invited the young woman back to his apartment, and there they had a sexual encounter. Afterwards, the woman took a shower at his apartment, and he insisted that she use Anna's body wash. Mind you, this young woman did not know that he was married when they first met. After this one-time incident, Ali continued to pursue the woman, but she said no, and she felt that he was being very pushy. Then, one day, Ali called and texted her that she would be receiving a call from his wife. He wanted her to lie to his wife and say that nothing happened. Minutes later, the woman got a call from Anna. Initially, the woman lied and downplayed what happened, but when Anna called a second time a few days later, the woman revealed that something sexual did happen between the two. The woman admitted on the stand that she was afraid to tell Anna what happened because she was afraid that Ali would come after her since he knew exactly where she lived. The property manager from the Spire testified about the trash incident where Anna was trying to get access to the building's trash bin in the basement to attempt to get her belongings back. Throughout the entire trial, Ali would glare at people. Other times, he would nervously gnaw at his fingernails. And still other times, he would smirk at the camera. It was as if he was always on. Anna and Ali's neighbor, Daniel, who lived across the hallway, he also testified about a different encounter that he had with Anna, and it was late at night about a month before she was murdered. Daniel testified that Anna knocked on his door, distraught and disheveled, and from what he could see, she seemed out of it because she was literally shirtless and only wearing leggings. He could see Mimi in the doorway of the Abulaban apartment. Anna was begging Daniel to use his cell phone to call the police because her husband had beaten her and taken her phone. Daniel gave her a shirt to cover herself up, and he also allowed her to use the phone. On the day of the double homicide, Daniel testified that the police used his apartment due to its proximity to the Abulaban residence as some sort of command center until they were able to figure out if anyone was inside the apartment. If you have a chance to watch the documentary, they show footage of the police entering the apartment, and it's truly sad. When the police first breached Ali and Anna's apartment, they thought that they had come across a murder-suicide. When Daniel looked in, he told them that the man who was dead on the sofa was not the husband and that he had just spoken to Ali, the husband, in the hallway. Daniel showed the police Ali's social media page and provided a description of Ali, what he was wearing that day, and also the type of vehicle he drove. A police officer testified about the videos that she retrieved from the building's security camera system. She also received doorbell cameras and Ali's own phone recordings. Two startling pieces of evidence were presented. The first was the 911 call that Ali placed himself, saying that he found Anna and Ray's bodies. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Another shocking clip was when Ali stood near a video doorbell camera, called his mom, and then confessed, quote, "I just shot and killed Anna." And then, in a move that most defense attorneys would try to discourage, Ali took the stand in his own defense. There are hours and hours of testimony with Ali on the stand describing his life growing up, his early years in the Air Force, the infamous phone party at the bar where he disputes that he had hurt Anna, and then they finally get to the day of October 21st, 2021. The audio from his secret app is played in court, and Ali describes how he went to his old apartment to try to disrupt whatever he perceived was going on between Anna and the mystery man. Ali's courtroom testimony definitely did not help his case. He often became combative towards the prosecutor during cross-examination, and it was evident that he had beef with women in general. During his testimony, Ali displayed little sympathy for the two lives that he took. It was more like, poor me, my daddy whomped on me because he didn't want me playing with Star Wars toys. I mean, listen, I am not condoning corporal punishment against your kids, but Ali was more poor me rather than I wish I could take back what I did and bring their lives back. But maybe in his mind, this was his last 15 minutes of fame, and he was going to enjoy every minute of it. After it was all said and done, the case went back to the jury.
Verdict. We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree of Rayburn Cardenas.
Silence. Let me spare you all the anxiety. The jury found Ali guilty of premeditated murder. The shocking part, however, was Ali sitting there in complete disbelief. As the audience clapped with joy, Ali, no kidding, turned to face the audience and then faced the judge as the judge silenced everyone. At the sentencing hearing that was set for a different date, Ali showed up in a blue prison jumpsuit, rocking shackles. The victims' family members were offered opportunities to provide impact statements. And it was while Anna's sister was reading her victim impact statement that Ali apologized to her aloud, and she straight flipped a lid. You can hear the pain in her voice. It's heartbreaking to listen to, but eventually the judge does have to step in and ask Anna's sister to control herself. After the families gave their heartbreaking statements, Ali read his own statement. He asked if he could face the gallery and was allowed to move his chair around so that he could speak to the people in the audience.
In a situation like this, there really isn't much a person can say that can help make things better. Losing a loved one to senseless and unnecessary violence isn't something that anyone should have to go through. And yet, it has happened. And here I am being the reason why multiple families have had to experience it. I can't say that I'm proud of that. Throughout this trial, many horrific things were displayed. And as we sat here for weeks having to endure some of the most disturbing audio recordings and video footage, I sat there in silence, listening.
Okay, so I'm going to stop that right there because this man did not sit in silence. He acted like a damn fool throughout the trial. Well, shocker, the judge had some choice words for this murderer. When the judge handed down the sentence, he didn't hold back. He called Ali selfish and laid it out to the world that Ali would die in jail.
The bottom line here is he will die in prison. He will never be a free man. He will take his last breath there. Please.
When the applause of the audience erupted, Ali, using his best Tony Montana angry face, turned to the gallery and mock clapped back. Ali was sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences without parole. He also received 25 years each added on for the gun enhancement to each sentence, and this is all to be served consecutively. He was also ordered to pay $10,000 in restitution, close to $13,000 to the Victim Compensation Board, and thousands to the families of Anna and Ray. And while the short-lived TikTok fame brought Ali fame as some guy on the internet known as Gin Kid, he is now and forever known as inmate BY6136. He is serving his sentence at the California State Prison in Lancaster, California. Oh, I should also add that the judge placed a protective order that requires Ali to have no contact with his daughter. Anna Marie Quito Macedonio Abulaban was born on August 18, 1993 in the Philippines. As we know, she was a loving daughter and sister, but from everything you see, you know that she cherished being Mimi's mother. Her family put out a GoFundMe to raise enough money to fly her mom to San Diego and escort her remains back to the Philippines, where she was ultimately buried. Rayburn Cardenas Barron was born on September 29, 1992 in San Diego. He was the youngest of 5 kids, and from listening to his family members give their impact statement at sentencing, it was evident that Ray was very much loved. On the GoFundMe page that was established after his death, Ray was described as an amazing brother, son, nephew, cousin, and friend. His family described that he had hopes and dreams of getting married and having kids of his own, but that dream was taken far too soon. During the trial, I learned from listening to Ray's aunt testify that during Mother's Day 2021, Ray, his siblings, and his cousins spearheaded a big Mother's Day bash for his grandmother, who was then in her late 80s. Ray's aunt told the judge to this day that Ray's 91-year-old grandmother did not know the real way in that Ray died. To protect her health, the family told Grandma that Ray had died of a heart attack because they do not want to cause her any more pain at such an old age. Ray's sister sat down for an interview with NBC7 San Diego in June of 2024, and she spoke about how much her family missed Ray. She also stated that after the verdict, they can rest easy and that her family can now spend a lot more time with each other. Since they learned after Ray's death, it is evident that people may be gone sooner than you expect. If you or someone you love is a victim of domestic violence, help is available through the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The 24-hour hotline is available at 1-800-799-7233. You can also text the word START to 88788, or you can visit online at thehotline.org. True Crime Army, please be careful. My heart goes out to Anna and Ray's family. This is a case that truly left me without words. I wanted to see if there was anywhere that I could send you if you wanted to help these families out, and I did find a GoFundMe page for Anna Abulaban. The page was created to assist Anna's family to return her remains back to the Philippines, but also with the goal of assisting with Mimi's upbringing. If you would like to donate to that account, I will leave the link in my show notes. My sources for this episode include the Peacock documentary titled The TikTok Murders, trial footage from Court TV on YouTube, and various news reports including Fox 5 San Diego, 10 News San Diego, CBS 8 News San Diego. Okay, thanks to Myrtle for researching and writing this episode. The music was created by Tyops. Until next time, remember, you never really know what someone is capable of, so remain vigilant always. You have a fabulous week, and I'll keep digging to bring you another military murder story next week.
Mama's working on her podcast. I don't want to.